All right, welcome to another episode of Step House Games and Beats. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Zelda Breath of the Wild. We have had this game now for about 6 months since it came out. And we pre-ordered the Switch, and this was the first game we had. And so we've played this game quite a bit, and so we'll have several perspectives here. I myself, from the dad perspective, I grew up loving Nintendo games, especially Zelda Ocarina of Time, and so I was just nostalgic when this new Zelda was coming out, and I was excited to play it, so I'll tell you my impressions. And then I've got Carter, who is 8, and McKay, who is 7, who have also tried this game out, so we're going to hear what each of them have to say. And we're going to start with Carter. Carter, as an 8-year-old perspective here, soon to be 8. What did you think overall about Breath of the Wild?
I thought it was a great game. I loved the looks, I loved the weapons and what they could do. I loved the different kinds of things and the different looks of the different places and how the different creatures and the different things to do. And I just loved it, except for there was some things that we couldn't have in certain places, and it was a very hard and challenging game. That's two stuff I might not like, but most of all, I like it.
Okay. Have you gotten pretty far on your guide, Carter?
Yes, very far.
Have you beat Ganon yet?
No.
Okay, so the saga continues for you. As a dad, I felt like I was pretty comfortable with the content in there. It wasn't too much gore, not a lot of strange things going on that way. Carter, did you feel like it was a little too scary for you sometimes, or overall you felt like it was okay?
It was fine. It was great.
Okay, Carter says it was great. So that's my 8-year-old son's perspective. Sounds like you would recommend this game, Carter?
Yes.
Would you tell your other friends to try it?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thanks, Carter. How about McKay? We're gonna step it down. McKay is in between. He's kind of straddling 6 and 7 here. I'm just rounding up, saying he's 7. Come on over here, McKay. And we're gonna see what McKay's perspective is on Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. And first, let me ask, McKay, have you played other Zelda games before?
Yes.
Which one? Or ones?
Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time, and the very first one that they made. Yes.
Okay, cool. That's a pretty good experience. So if you were thinking of all those things, how did you feel like Zelda Breath of the Wild was?
I think it was good with all of the styles and all of the fighting skills and all of the places and all of the people and the villages.
Are there a lot of things to explore in this game?
Yes, there's a bunch. There's a whole Hyrule field, and there's a whole Hyrule kingdom.
Wow, that sounds like a lot to look at. Did you feel like it was too scary or too intense?
I think it was great.
Okay. That's good. I don't know if these guys would admit it or not, if they ever felt too scary. Me as a dad, I felt like it was actually pretty appropriate. And that's what's fun about it, is as families we can all play and enjoy it. McKay, what did you think of the story? Was the story pretty good?
Yeah, I think I loved the story.
Okay. Very cool. All right, so that's the 6-year-old perspective. Was it too hard to play for you, McKay?
No, not at all.
You did pretty good on it.
Mhm.
Are you still trying to beat it?
Yeah. I'm still trying to beat Ganon.
Okay. So have you played it quite a bit now?
Yep.
Do you get bored of it when you start to play it, or is it still something you have fun playing?
Still something I have really fun playing.
All right, so there you have it. 6 months later, still getting enjoyment out of it. That's a good return on investment. Thanks, McKay. And then I'll just talk a little bit about my perspective on this game. Like I said, I grew up playing Nintendo games. We had the original Nintendo. We played Zelda a lot there. I died a lot in that game. Eventually, we got Link, whatever that second one was called. And that one did a little better on, had fun with that. Quite a bit different than the other Zelda games. And then we got the Nintendo 64 when I was 11 or 12. I can't remember the age, but that game was just awesome. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was probably my favorite gaming experience. And then I kind of left the gaming world behind a little bit. I served a 2-year mission for my church, came home, got married, and went to school, and had 4 kids now, and graduated, and all that stuff. And then eventually, when all that kind of calmed down, I had this reawakening, if you will, of interest, because my kids started getting to the ages where they wanted to play some games, and we got an Xbox and they played some games there. But then I started hearing about the Switch, and all those old games started coming back to my mind. So I got really excited to try the Switch and see if it's kind of like the magic of old. And I am happy to say that I think they've captured that magic really well in this game. If you grew up playing Ocarina of Time or other Zelda games, I think you will really, really love this game. It's definitely a lot different, and you can tell gaming has come a long way since then. But it's amazing how fun this game can be. The Switch in and of itself, I would say, is amazing. And I remember as a kid wanting to be able to take games on the road, and it was just never as satisfying as the games that were at home. And the fact that we can pick this up and take it with us is just incredible. And it works incredibly well. In fact, I almost enjoyed playing it in handheld mode more than in the console mode, just because it was comfortable. I could take it wherever I wanted. And so I would highly recommend this game, and hope that gives a little insight into our view as a family, and what you might expect if you were to give it a shot. So thanks again. This is Step House Games and Beats, and enjoy.